Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Nathan. Today we're going to be looking at our next project. Behind me is my 2017 Ford Focus ST. I'm into car audio, I'm into car audio, I'm into mini trucks. Kind of got a wide view of my interest and stuff that you're going to see on my channel. So this being one of them, car audio is a full passion of mine. And I had two 18s in here. There's two Scar EVL 18s on a Crescendo 4K. Kind of played with that. The two 18s ended up being put side by side like this, and my port was just inefficient and ended up just not liking the design. So switching over to a different setup here. I've already spoke with Brand X, Jonathan Patrick, about having an alternator built for this car. Not a problem at all. It'd be a 390 amp. And I got to get that on order here the next week or so. So electrical shouldn't be a problem. Just got to get to it. So this is the overview, and there'll be several parts to this. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you the driver's door where I'm at right now. Obviously the door panel's pulled off, but that's kind of how it looks installed. Went ahead and sound deadened it, used the Crescendo murder mat in behind the speaker on the inside, the outer skin of the door. It's done, and just kind of went around the speaker area. It's behind this ring also, so the ring is bolted to the through the mat. So piece there, here, this little piece there. I didn't want to do too much where the door panel won't fit, but enough where it'll actually dampen sound and it'll sound better. So and the tweeter pod actually fits up here in the door panel. In here, so far, finally bit the bullet. Bought the radio I've wanted for a long time, the Pioneer 80 PRS. So we've got the best of the best as far as that goes. Went with the same dash kit. I've had a system in here before, and I ran a double din. I didn't like it, so that's the reason I went with the 80 PRS. But I used the same dash kit. So there's a hole here that you can see, like literally straight up through the dash. I'm probably gonna fill that hole with maybe some ABS, or I might end up doing just MDF, and maybe just painting it, you know. I don't know, we'll see. But right now what I'm gonna do, seats coming out, this factory floor piece will come out. I'll chase this out and we'll do a false floor. Spare tire will come out. All of this stuff, every bit of it, all the way down to the metal floor, all that'll come out. I will probably leave this in here. I left it in here last time when I had my two 18s in here, and that didn't give me a problem. I'm gonna build about the same size box. So let's get to it. Alrighty, now we just got all that stripped out. This is where our false floor will sit. Last time there's little studs here and here. I just drilled holes, and that kind of just helped me align the false floor when I did that on the last one. I'm thinking about laying some sound deadener, some in here in this area, and then also doing definitely the hatch. Like I'll probably do that first, just to make sure, because I've only got a few pieces left from the doors. I'm just gonna use what I got, and probably we'll have to order some more, but that's where we're at. Daylight, but got the seats pulled out, everything's stripped down. if you're doing this at all, maybe you're looking at this video because you have a focus and you're thinking about doing, you know, something similar. All I've done, you know, just for reference, not saying you need to do this, I left the seat belts bolted in because these holes actually go all the way through to the bottom. So if you leave them open, you know, there's moisture and whatever else is going to get up, you know, through from driving on the road. The brackets that hold the seat, the straight up part of the seat, I removed the brackets, but I put the bolts back. And here you can actually see this was sanded away. This was my ground spot from the previous build. I may or may not use that again. And I also noticed from the last build, this is where paint's rubbed off. So I think on this next time, I'm getting ready to, I'm probably about to vacuum all this out and wipe all this down with alcohol and plug in, sound it, and at least some of this, because this is all right. Maybe some of this area, and definitely the hatch. I've got about 3 full-size sheets of the murder mat left. We'll do that first, and then the tray piece that was here, the carpet piece, I kept it out. The rest of the stuff I put in my building, but the tray piece, the carpeted piece that you see on top, I kept it out because I'll use that to trace onto the board to make the false floor. So the board will come, we'll drill holes so it sits over the top of these studs, and that kind of aligns it, so it'll sit completely flat here on top of the sound enter. And then on this end, if you can see, it will go from this height off just like that. So what I did last time, it actually comes back up to the same point here. I just brought a 3/4 inch. The last one I did it out of maple, but I'm gonna try this one out of MDF. Brought the maple on the build before out here, and I added just another 3/4 piece here at the end, and that put it pretty level. The false floor is not necessarily, it is for strength, but it does a lot for whenever you get the box in here, you start building off of that. So you build your amp rack or mount, you know, fuse holders, run wire, whatever. It helps you tuck everything, and it just does a really good job of making it all come together. This build, I'm probably gonna take the board and carpet it so it semi matches the factory carpet and just makes it look a little bit better. For today, that's probably what I'm gonna get to, but I'll throw this footage in with the next footage. Probably make a 20 to 30 minute video. All right, so I just got something I wanted to go over with you that I've learned from what I've done so far. Basically, what I've got going on is the Pioneer ADPRS, and then the component set that I was talking about earlier in the video. The component set comes with your mid-range woofer, your tweeter, and then its own passive crossover box. And I've got all that wired up correctly the way it's supposed to be. But the mistake I was making is the ADPRS has the standard mode and network mode. I had originally pulled it out of the box and immediately put it in network mode and have been running the network mode, but I did not realize that enabled its active crossovers to interfere with the passive crossovers with the component set. So basically everything that this thing was telling it to do, these were, you know, it was just, the signal was not clean. It wasn't anywhere near where it was supposed to be crossed over at. So just a huge pain in the butt. And then I finally realized that I should probably just do away with the active crossovers on this deck. So I switched it back to standard mode, and it all cleared up. It sounds way better. It's doing what I want it to do. And so these are these brackets that I actually had to make. They're super raggedy, but it is what it is. Just made it out of 22 gauge sheet metal, and I literally just cut them up with shears, bent them up the way I want them to mount. It's got little plastic squares that the factory ones, they sit on these pegs, and they have 2 T27 I think screws that hold it in. So just made that work. Next issue I've got though is that I've already found out the ADPRS just takes the it's got 2 USB ports on the back side of it. what I usually do, what I did on my last setup, is I just ran my USB cord from the deck through the plastic and out the side right here, and this is just easy access. It's out of the way, you know, whatever. You don't have everything like hanging out here. So mounted the deck up, and the USB cord sticking out of the back runs straight into this plastic. So I'm probably gonna start hacking this up, get that cord to fit where I want it. So that'll be the next little piece. And we're also getting ready to, next clip you're gonna see is probably gonna be cleaning this up like I told you before, and we're gonna sound deaden some of this stuff, and definitely this hatch, it's all rattling pretty bad. So all right, so now I'm just going to use a microfiber and straight up alcohol to wipe down all of this stuff before we sound deaden it. Get all the oils off so it sticks as good as possible. Alright, so this is what I'm going to be using, Crescendo Murder Mat. It's just, basically there ain't nothing special about this stuff. It's pretty thick compared to a lot of them. It's got like it's got the butyl layer, the sticky part, but then it's got a pretty thick foam layer here too. It's just one more budget sound deadeners from Down for Sound. I'm just trying to keep this build a little more budget than my 218s. I kind of went all out on it. So just a little backstory to that. I think we're just gonna go with one big one right here, just like that. So it looks like the rattle is actually this sort of heat shield that's on the bottom of the entire car. That's probably going to cause us some racket, but I'm not too sure on removing it because it is straight piped and heat buildup and whatever. I don't know. If it becomes a problem, we'll take care of it, but for right now, we'll leave it. here, measure from the end of it forward, and I'll just, when I trace this out and cut this out with the jigsaw, I'll come off this with a circular saw and cut a straight line out to here, so it brings all this here. The box come in and hang something like this, and we'll build an amp rack in this area. Alright, so now I'm running my power wire. I'm running it to the same spot as I did before. It's one good thing about already doing this one time. I know exactly where I went before, and kind of the mistakes I made, so I can correct it, and you guys get to learn, or whatever, just entertainment. But so far right now, I've got the entire glove box, the whole thing pulled out. And the reason I did that is because previously I went in here and cut away some of this insulation, just cut a couple slits in it, and there's a grommet back behind there. Grab some light. There's a grommet back there. That is that grommet there. I don't know if you can see that. The wire right there. Anyways, if you have any questions, just, you know, comment if you're doing this yourself and you have any questions about what I'm doing. I can definitely get a little more in detail and explain. But just going over what I'm gonna do. So power wire will be ran through the firewall, through that grommet, so it's protected, down through the kickers, up through this side, and then it'll be ran up under the carpet here, and then it'll have holes drilled in the false floor, so it'll come up right where I need it. All right, so now we got one OFC, got it ran through the hole I showed you before. So it's got a grommet on it, not metal to metal. And it'll run in behind the dash just like that, behind the glove box. We'll tuck it in behind the carpet, and then I'll run it all the way down through there, like I showed you before. All the wires ran, glove box is put back in, all the interior trim pieces are ran. I ran it down the edge here, under the seat, away from all the brackets. It goes directly in the center of the seat. Up the carpet, lays right over here. Nothing will be on top of it here. And it comes out here. So we still got plenty of it left, so we can run it wherever we want. Power wire's done. So now we just gotta do RCA's and remote, and we can put the dash back together. So yeah, that'll be part one. Just keep a lookout for the next videos. We'll continue part by part until we get it built, and it's planned. So thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. See you next time.